So Chica won't be able to kill us until I open up this. So presumably I should be dead. There she is. Hey, girl! And now I can't shut. I haven't actually seen this. This is hilarious. Look at her. Just, hey, yo. Chica, any day now. I really was hoping you would jump scare me. I mean, you're more than welcome to let me survive the night, but that seems like an utter failure of your job. Like, you had one job. You had one job, Chica. No, yeah. What are you, chicken? It's performance anxiety, Chica.
I always hate it when I'm going to murder someone and they just freeze up right in front of them.
Right? She's gonna let me live. She's literally gonna let me live. Look at this.
Hello, Internet. Welcome to Game.
Hey guys, and welcome to GTLive. GTLive. That's right. In our kind of more limited live streaming days, I wanted to do one more on Ultimate Custom Night. Last time on Friday, we made zero progress. On Thursday, the day before, we had gotten up to 5,000 points. And then I spent a whole live stream beating my head against a wall, failing over and over and over again at the same combination of characters. I haven't had much time to practice, but I have had time in my research for the FNAF theories that I'm writing right now. I've been also watching their live streams to see what are the techniques they're using, as well as just like online as I've been researching for the theory. I've come across a lot of interesting details about this game that enable you to actually get higher scores faster and a little bit easier. It's still no walk in the park. It is still incredibly difficult as a game, but I wanted to come on the live stream today to, one, test out some of these things in person because I haven't had a chance to test them out myself, and two, let you guys know, because right now a lot of these secrets are hidden in kind of like deep corners of the web, are buried in 3-4 hour live streams by some of these guys. And so I wanted to hop in and put to the test some of the strategies that people are talking about when it comes to this game, and maybe see one or two more cutscenes. I could go for a little bit more Foxy Freddy anime in my life, and I could go for a little bit more Toy Chica high school adventures in my life. One of the things that I forgot, and anytime you're in a game situation like this, think about small scale testing. Go back to the problems that you're having and start like testing out the individual animatronics and figure out where their edges are, like what works versus what doesn't on them. And so one of the things that I went back to prior to this stream, and this isn't something that I've necessarily seen the other like Dawko and DJ Sturf do, but I'm assuming they're doing it. Because these were the guys that were causing me problems last live stream, right? I was always dying to one of these 5 characters. And so prior to the live stream, I wanted to test this out, and I wanted to show you what I learned about these guys. So again, if you're playing Ultimate Custom Night at home, this is really going to be useful, because this, I hope, will make a big difference as we kind of hop into the upper tier difficulties moving forward. But you'll see here, so the one thing that every player is doing with this is like putting their audio lure right over here, right? Since they're the only ones that we currently have to worry about, we can actually just watch their behavior on the screen. We don't have to worry about anyone taking us out from the doors. And one of the things that you'll see all of their descriptions say is they're either attracted to the audio lure, which you'll see here with Pig Patch and Happy Frog. But then you see these guys still roaming around. There's Ned Bear, there's Mr. Hippo, and you're seeing Ned Bear's about to kill us, right? There's Mr. Hippo over there. But one thing that they all say is if you put on the heater, it pushes them back, right? And you'll notice all of a sudden, like, again, this is us watching the animatronics to learn their patterns, right? So as soon as I turned on the heater, they all kind of jumped back. They were pushed back in the vent system, right? So here we go, or the duct system. So here we're letting them get down again. Here they go, I'm gonna turn on the air conditioning, knock our temperature down a little bit. But see, so they're getting down, they're getting down, they're getting down. As soon as I turn on the heater, they all pop back, right? They're all being reset in their pattern, and as long as the heater's on, the most they can get down is this middle bar. And so one of the patterns, or kind of as you're checking and as you're managing your resources in FNAF, which you have to do in any FNAF game, but this one just has more resources that you have to manage than normal, you can see very clearly that the heater is the most effective way of making sure that no one's getting anywhere close down here. I don't even have to worry about this anymore because 9 times out of 10, it's immediately pushing everyone back. Right? No one's getting close down here. So my big problem that I was worried about last live stream was trying to manage this when in actuality, this doesn't matter at all. You don't need this at all. In an ideal world, you're just letting them get down, and then at a certain point when, you know, enough time has elapsed, enough time has passed, then you just immediately push them back with the heater, which is number 3. So here's Ned Bear getting really close, and boom, he's back. So that was one of the big things that I wanted to show off first off was, and this was one thing I did test prior to the live stream, because I was really frustrated last time. They kept beating me. I don't know if this is foolproof, but it definitely seems to work if you have, you know, a second or two of the heater on. It immediately kind of resets everyone, which is pretty great. So that's that. At this point, I also learned that you can honk the nose finally. I was looking for this. So I'm just pleased that I can honk the nose. Sadly, you can't honk Ennard's nose back there. Push him back. Make sure I'm cooling things off again. So that's the first big reveal. I might actually just let them jump scare me so we can just wind things up here. Come on, Pig Patch. Come on, buddy. Come on, jump scare me. I want to hear your colloquial Southern wisdom. Show me your Southern wisdom. Come on. Come at me, bros. Come at me. There you go. Oh, you're so close. Open. Come on. Get in there. There we go. Okay.
Even monkeys fall from trees.
So there you go. So that's a little bit more about the vent animatronics. So as long as you're working into the heater into your rotation, you don't have to worry about them and you don't have to check them, which is really cool. One of the other things that I have learned, let me set them all to 0. This was a crazy one. So I've been watching DJ Sturf and Dawko do this, and at first I'm like, they've got to be faking their Let's Plays. They have got to be lying or hacking the game or something, because I'm seeing and hearing characters who would normally attack you through the doors or the vents or whatever, and they're not being blocked in any way. So a good example of that is Springtrap and Mangle, who I haven't really been fighting against yet, but Springtrap, Mangle, Molten Freddy, and Ennard are kind of the 4 who attack you through the main vent system. So here, let me throw those guys on, and then I'll show you this guy. So now we're on the vents, and we can see them moving up, right? You see them kind of making their way toward me. I think Withered Chica might be another one that I forgot to turn on. But you can kind of watch them. And normally, with like Mangle specifically, you're supposed to set these traps. So that way he doesn't get into the office. That's the whole point. But for now, I'm gonna actually hang out here. Let me reset this real quick. So watch what happens. This was a huge revelation. Okay. So you heard the squeak?
Uh-oh.
Oh, God.
Unfortunate.
Stupid Dee Dee. Get out of here. So, okay, ignore her. You heard the squeak, which is Ennard. You heard the laughter, which is Molten Freddy. And at this point, probably Mangle should be pretty darn close. But you'll see, I haven't shut any vents yet, right? And I'm just hanging out. They can't kill me until I flip up the camera. Watch. So I'm going to flip up the camera because I'm going to need to reset my ventilation. And I got right? So this is one of the other, just like, I'm watching everyone online play this game, and my mind is blown because I'm like, why is no one actually checking the camera? Like, I see Springtrap literally sitting in the vent right now as we speak. Oh, let's get rid of Orville. I see Springtrap literally sitting in the vent for like a good 30 seconds to a minute, and he's on 20 mode. Why is he not killing, you know, these players of the game, and that's the secret here. And this is a huge thing that almost invalidates 50% of the animatronics in this game, is they can't kill you unless you flip up your camera. So that applies, I think, to the vast majority of them who are attacking from the left, from the right, from the center. Likewise, Mangle can't get into your office until you flip up the camera. So that's the big secret here, where, again, if you want an easy way to manage everything that's going on. So there's Molten Freddy. Let's see if we can wait for Ennard. I haven't heard him. Okay, give it a shut. There. Reset. So they've been blocked and they're back. But now we should be seeing... So there's Ennard. We just sent Molten Freddy back. And presumably we should see Springtrap here in a second. Springtrap! Come on, buddy! Come on, friend! Where are you at? Where are you at? Come on. Got a little treat for you, Springtrappy. Who's my little Springtrap? Who's my little child murderer? Yes, you are. There, okay, so that had to reset Ennard because I had to reset ventilation. Oh, there he is. Look at that, buddy. Can I boop your nose? Can I boop your nose? Can I boop you? I can't boop your nose. Boop, boop, boop. I'm going to pretend to anyway. Boop, boop, boop. Pretend this is your nose, Springtrap. There we go. But again, you'll notice he's not killing me. He's just hanging out. And when I saw other people playing online, I'm like, this has got to be a hack. So they're all blocked now. But then they're all gone, right? So again, it's one of those secrets where, one, it helps you save a huge amount of power, and two, it actually protects you from all different angles, because if I'm going through the craziness of a 50-20 mode, 40-10 mode, whatever it is, all I need to do is shut all the doors, flip up, and I'm protected. Like nothing can kill me because I'm releasing stuff. There are animatronics that can break this, right? But this was one of the things that blew my mind watching everyone else's playthroughs, and is one of the essential tactics to actually beating this. Because you've seen it in our own plays from the last couple days on GTLive, right? Where literally, because I'm sending them back so frequently, I'm having to deal with them much faster and much more regularly than I would otherwise. But if I'm letting them sit there until the absolute last minute, when I finally do have to check my camera before I pass out, then all of a sudden we're all good, right? So they're all up there. Bada bing, bada boom, reset, and they're gone. So again, just crazy tactics that you wouldn't really know until you like test it out or try it in the game itself. And this is something that I've been doing a lot. As you can tell, I've been doing a lot of research on. These are some of the hidden mechanics. And then there's one last one. And oh, the last thing I'll say is you'll notice I haven't done anything with Mangle, so this will kill me. There you go. The last thing you'll notice is that I haven't done anything with Mangle, who again requires a vent snare to stop from getting into your office, but because I'm blocking the vent before I check the camera, he never has the chance to get in, and so as soon as I put down the camera, he's reset too. So again, it's that idea of shut the door before you check the camera, which allows you to kind of survive without having to worry about everything. The last interesting thing, that was, I think, probably the biggest discovery for the guys who are like getting close to 50-20 mode at this point, were the plushies. And this was something I was really interested in watching, because I didn't think it was possible. I didn't think that there was a way that you could do this. So the idea of these guys, Circus Baby, Nightmare Mangle, who else needs the plushie? Nightmare Bonnie. I think those are the only ones. I don't know how to deal with Rockstar Barney and haven't figured out how they're dealing with Rockstar Bonnie, really. But all of those three guys, I think, are the ones that you can do it for. Boop, 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 boop. Yes, I think that's it. Cool. Okay, so the interesting thing about these three guys, right, it's buy their plushie in the prize corner, so that way they can't attack you. Buy her plushie in the prize corner. So in total, it requires you to buy a lot of plushies, and you do that by collecting Faz tokens, right? So if we pull this up one more time. Boop, 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 boop. So here, normally, if you are playing this the way it's meant to be played, right? You're like, oh no, where are the Faz tokens? There's one, There's none. Shoot, where are the Faz tokens? I need them so badly. There's one. So you would have to collect, I mean, what is it, 20, 40, 60 at least, and then plus 5 every time, you know, Rockstar Freddy here's like, please insert 5 tokens. And watching the live streams and thinking about this game, I'm like, there's no way you can do that. There's no way that you can, amongst everything else, all the chaos that's happening in this game, there's no way that you can actually explore the cameras enough to collect all of the tokens you need to prevent these guys from killing you, right? What they found, again, one of the things that I don't know who it was, I think DJ Sturf had someone comment it to him in one of his live streams or in one of his videos. But what they found was apparently, and this is present from an earlier version of FNAF 2, but what they found is as long as your camera's on camera 2, they can't kill you. Like, you don't have to buy their plushie. They just don't kill you. They'll always stay here, blockaded, and there's nothing that they can do. So we're gonna put that to the test right now, where I'm not gonna buy any plushies. I'm not gonna do anything. We're just gonna see whether it works. Again, I have not done this for myself. I've seen talk online that this is the way it works, but I really want to test it, right? So here we go. He's still chillaxing. He's like, why haven't you bought my plushie yet? Oh, well, that killed me. That's interesting. I thought for sure that was okay. Everyone's like, oh, keep it on camera too. I wonder if I'm not supposed to check the camera. See, he was really mad that I didn't buy his plushie, right? He's like, I made this merch for a reason. I work hard on my merch. That's interesting. Here, let's try it again. Let's see what happened. What went wrong that time? I thought it was on camera too. I don't think it has to be on this one. I think it's literally on camera too. And then maybe you have to block the door every time you open up the camera. I do know that this is the way that people have been avoiding the plushies killing you, though. Everyone's been like, oh, the plushies won't kill you as long as you're on a camera during the course of the night, right? So these are our plushie animatronics. I'm on camera 2 right now. And it was an immediate death, so that's interesting. Let's see what's going on. So Mangles and
13 says this is so interesting.
Right? Isn't this fascinating? It's all these secret hidden mechanics in the game that you wouldn't know otherwise, right? Like, that's the other crazy thing about it, is unless you're actively because I think everyone experienced this when this game first came out, which is there's so many damn animatronics. Like, there's so many different tactics to deal with every single one that we're all like, okay, what combination do we have to have in order to not die in this game?
Ooh, Wadeinator the Vile says he saw you switch the cam accidentally, so I think you were right.
Oh, is that what did I accidentally switch the cam? That might have been it.
Kayla Himas says, yes, stab and a half to MatPat.
Right, so I know Markiplier was having a hard time getting above 4,000 points. These are some of the quick ways that you can actually save people or, like, you know, get more points a bit more easily. And it's the only way that you're able to beat 50-20 mode, I think. The challenge is, and again, this is for the guys who are doing 50-20 mode, the challenge is there are certain animatronics that you have to check the camera on, right? And that's Funtime Foxy, where you have to check the showtime, and you have to be on his camera at 2 a.m., at 3 a.m., at 4 a.m., so that way he doesn't jump scare you. And then there's Toy Freddy, where you have to play his, like, little game. He has, like, a little mini Five Nights at Freddy's game that you have to play. You have to be on his camera to actually play his game and protect him so he doesn't jump scare you. That's where the top tier guys playing this game right now are trapped, where they figured out all 48 other animatronics and, you know, the best optimized layout of their mechanics, this and that. But the guys that are requiring you to move away from this camera, right? This is the way that they've been able to prevent, you know, the plush animatronics from killing you. But in order to check Funtime Foxy and prevent him from jump scaring you, you have to hit cam 6. I think that's the one that Funtime Foxy's on. And in order to stop Toy Fredbear or Toy Freddy, you have to go to cam 8 or whatever it is. And so as soon as you click away, like you just noticed and like you called out, you get jump scared. So you can't have a world where you're doing both of those things at the same time. So I think that's where the 50-20 mode like hurdle is right now, and that's the problem that they're running up against, is how do you still prevent all the plushies from attacking you, but also move away from these cameras? Because as soon as I move away from this camera, this guy's gonna kill me. Presumably, which, let's test out. It doesn't look like they're gonna kill me. We're at 4, we're at 5. So in our last, so at like 4:15 here, we'll switch over because the night ends at 4:30, and we'll just see if he actually does kill me. Oh, hey baby. We'll get killed by baby, that'll be exciting. Okay, so we got 15 seconds left. And again, these are just easy points that you can just accumulate without having to worry about any of this stuff. So here we go, we got 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, and we should get killed by her now. There it is. It's like magic.
Scooping room?
So those have been the like, and I've had to dig pretty far to find this stuff. Like, it's not really well documented that these are the tactics that everyone's using, but hopefully that helps explain a little bit about like, you know, Let's Plays that look fake online. They're actually not. They're exploiting a lot of these mechanics. Because like I said, the first couple times I saw these, I'm like, these people have hacked the game. There's no way they're able to do this because all these animatronics they're ignoring. They're ignoring all these mechanics of, well, that person should have jump scared them by now, this and that, but that's not actually the case. So those are some of the interesting mechanics. And we'll hop back into doing a full-on like actual like night here in a second. The last thing, or one of the other things I wanted to call out, is with Withered Chica, who climbs through the air vents but may get stuck. Use the vent snare. So she's another one who's like, use the vent snare. You don't have to use the vent snare. But I do want her to attack us, because I'm hoping we get a specific voice line from her that I want to show to you guys. I'd be really curious, and Chris will be on Twitter and on the chat. I'd be curious to get your thoughts on this. Because in my theory, it's the hardest one to overcome right now. So hopefully she kills us and she gives it to us on her first jump scare. So let's watch her approach us. It's more fun than staring at an empty office. Come on. Chica, you don't have to go the long way. You could just come the short way. It's fine. It's okay. We want you. We want to say hello to you. Hello, Chica. Well, hello, Chica. It's so nice to have you in the office today. Please come down the middle, Chica. Any day, Chica. No, you went the long way. God, they never cooperate. What's a murderous animatronic, right? They never cooperate when you want them to. Okay, so she should be coming up soon.
Uh-oh, how
Oh,
unfortunate.
God. Get out of here.
Uh-oh, how unfortunate.
You are garbage.
I'm gonna do a sneaky thing and throw a new contender in the ring.
Okay, great. Thanks a lot. Here, not just here. Who have you put in? No one in there, no one in there. Probably, oh! Ooh! Shadow Bonnie. Oh, that's a new one. We haven't gotten Shadow Bonnie yet. Oh, that's so cool. So Chica won't be able to kill us until I open up this. So presumably I should be dead. There she is. Hey, girl! And now I can't shut. I haven't actually seen this. This is hilarious. Look at her. Just, hey, yo, it's me, Chica. How you doing, guys? Hey, can I join the party? Me, Chica. It's just sad. Look at that. You can't shut that vent anymore, which is funny. I wonder if like Ennard could like sneak in and kill her, or kill you. Like squeeze. Everyone's just like piling through the vent. Hey guys, it's me, Chica. Here we go. So this should allow her to kill us, I'm assuming. No? Wow. All right. Really? You're just gonna chillax?
It's comfortable.
Right? Look at. I mean, can you blame her? This is so comfortable of a position. What? Oh, I didn't even check who else I was in the process of, RXQ or whatever was the one who she summoned. So apparently Shadow Bonnie, the only mechanic that he does is just makes the room dark for 10 seconds, and that's it. So Shadow Bonnie comes in, makes the room dark, and it's like, oh, spooky, scary, and then that's it. So nothing really too threatening there. Chica, any day now. I really was hoping you would jump scare me. I mean, you're more than welcome to let me survive the night, but that seems like an utter failure of your job. Like, you had one job! You had one job, Chica! No? Yeah. What are you, chicken?
Ah!
Ayo! Badoom-ching! That was garbage. I mean, I'm giving you so many here. Look at me. Look at me, I'm Fred Bear. I'm Fred Bear here, Chica. No? Nothing? Hey, you guys! Chica, she doesn't know what to do with herself at this point. She's just like, oh no, I made it all the way here. Now what do I do? What am I supposed to do?
Stage fright.
Right? Performance anxiety Chica. Forget withered Chica, rock star Chica, clickbait Chica. No, friends. It's performance anxiety Chica.
I always hate it when I'm going to murder someone and they just freeze up right in front of them.
Right? She's gonna let me live. She's literally gonna let me live. Look at this. So apparently there are just some animatronics who try as you might to let them kill you, just won't. Chica, come on, girl. This is your opportunity. Carpe that diem. Seize the day. Nothing. Nothing. Come on. You have 15 seconds, Chica.
Oh.
Oh! That wasn't it. Shoot. So I wanted to show it off, and I was hoping it would be the first voice line. But apparently Withered Chica. Was that the first one? Was that what she said? What did she say? It was kind of hard to make out.
I could not make it out. I'm waiting for the chat to say.
Yeah, it's a tough one. So one of her voice lines that's been discovered is, I was the first. I saw everything, which is weird. It's a very specific thing for Withered Chica to say. So we know based on lore clues, based on her design, this and that Withered Chica is the same Chica from Five Nights at Freddy's 1 location. But she says in her weird kind of like, glitchy voice, I was the first. I saw everything. Which throws a wrench into a lot of different things. And has been one of the big things that I'm trying to fight against, or like trying to, not fight against, but like work into my overall theory, the final theories for FNAF. Because, I mean, as we've been talking about all these years at this point, the puppet had to have come first in order for the next 4 to come to life, right? We see it in the FNAF 2 minigames where the puppet drops the little heads, the animatronic heads, onto the 4 dead children, and then Golden Freddy pops up in the center as like the bonus one. So for Withered Chica to say, I was the first, I saw everything, it's weird. It could be meaning that she was the first one killed. She was the first of the main kids who were killed. It's just an odd detail to include because this whole time we've been assuming that either the puppet or Golden Freddy is first. Because that makes sense. For Withered Chica to be first, or Chica in general to be the first dead kid, I don't know. But it's a very specific line, it's a very direct line, and it's very clearly super important for any theory that I come up with to address, and how that affects the overall timeline of events. It's also weird to me, because what that does is it singles out Chica as, again, like we were all wondering, why isn't Chica in sister location? Why isn't Chica in sister location? And as I create theories, I latch onto those little like design details, right? Like those are the things that are really telling as far as what is Scott's intention with this? What is the game creator's intention? Why would Chica be left out of this game when Chica has been in literally every other game up to that point? And so the idea of Chica being singled out in this game, saying I was first, I saw everything, and then you compare that against Sister Location where she was gone, and also the Toy Chica high school years or whatever. Chica's being featured in a lot of very prominent positions in Ultimate Custom Night in a way that strikes me as very unusual, and in a way that's trying to say like, hey, Chica's probably more important than we've been led to assume. The last thing that and then we'll hop into actual nights. I know I've been rambling a bunch during the beginning of this live stream, but I think there's a lot of just interesting stuff to pick apart. In the FNAF survival logbook, which I talked a lot about during the last two FNAF theories, in the FNAF survival logbook, the very last page is a random image of withered Chica. It's like the broken down, worn out Chica slumped over on a chair under a spotlight, and that's it. Which again, it's this completely random page, and it's like, why is that there? What could that mean? And in my theories, I kind of dismissed it because the whole "it's me," it's me. What's my hidden name? This and that seemed to point towards Golden Freddy, because in FNAF 1, Golden Freddy was always the one who was associated with the repeated lines of "it's me, it's me, it's me." But now all of a sudden, the FNAF logbook, to have, again, Chica as the one who's singled out, specifically withered Chica as the one who's singled out at the end of the FNAF survival logbook, for her to say, I was the first, it was, I've seen everything in this game, for her to not be in Sister Location, this and that. It seems like Chica is a lot more important to the overall lore, and to the overall timeline than I expected. How that works, though, is the question. Right, and that's the thing that, as I've been working on the theories over the weekend, over the last couple days here, as I wait for our big arrival at home, it's the thing that I'm keep mulling over in my mind. So I'd love to hear your thoughts, your theories about that, because it's the one big unanswered question I have at this point. The absolute last thing to talk about before we hop into anything, and I won't call this out specifically because the chances of it actually happening are pretty rare. We got killed by Ned Bear and Pig Patch and Happy Frog a couple times during the last stream. We never got the voice lines. So most of their lines are like happy, goofy, like, oh, sucks to get killed by a secondary character, or like, wow, you should be ashamed that you died to me. One of the interesting things about them, though, is each of them have one voice line that's a bit more sinister and a bit more serious. And if you listen really closely, the line is being echoed back. Or they'll say the line and then there's a slight delay and you'll hear in the back of your headphones the voice, like a female voice talking, almost like it's feeding them the lines, or it's kind of like controlling them to say certain things. So again, weird, really interesting details sprinkled throughout this game. There are voice recordings online that you can actually find those things, because they're pretty rare occurrences when you get killed by these guys, but you can hear them. And there's a very definitive female voice that sounds a lot like Baby, who's kind of feeding these kind of even Orville, all of these guys except for Mr. Hippo, I think. All of them have this kind of repeated line that's echoing in the background with this female voice. So again, it's like they themselves are puppets of this other animatronic. So anyway, long story short, that's all the interesting stuff that I've been uncovering when it comes to this game. As you can see, there's a lot going on.
Thank you for
And
depositing
really
5
figuring out
points.
the ins and outs of how they operate and why. Because without that, you wouldn't be able to overcome the plushies. You wouldn't have been able to know, wow, if I keep things lingering in the vent for an excessively long time. Woo! That was a good one. That was 2 good ones in a row. Yes! Did we unlock a new cutscene? I don't know. I'm curious. Fingers crossed. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this episode of GTLive. Hopefully my breakdown of all the hidden mechanics in Ultimate Custom Night help you to get the max score. Anyway, if you want to see my attempts in this game, click the box to the left. It is all your Ultimate Custom Night action. Or alternatively, if you want to see some Ultimate Custom Night theories, well, those are coming out soon, but if you want to see my theories leading up to Ultimate Custom Night, that's the box to the right. And remember, subscribe for more FNAF stuff, more Scott Cawthon stuff, more spooky, scary indie games, because there's so many more good games out there than just FNAF.